They say time flies when you're having fun. And in a grueling industry like showbiz, it's important to make time for a little fun here and there. A well-timed joke can go a long way in lightening the mood on set.
What the f*** is the line I forgot?
And after weeks of working 16-hour days, laughter is a sacred thing.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's no surprise that actors are charming. It's a huge part of their job, but going the extra mile to put a smile on everyone's face, that's above and beyond. The world is an intense place right now, and we could use a little pick-me-up. If you like what you see, subscribe to our channel for more of our videos. Laughter is the best medicine. So here are 10 movie bloopers that will make you giggle like a child. But before we get started, can you guess the movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Given that they're a team of actors who reunite often, it's not a surprise that the stars behind the Avengers are all super BFFs, and the movies are better because of it. Their comfort translates to the screen, and the chemistry between them doesn't just look real, it is real. When that many friends are together in the same place, they're bound to have a good time. That means there's lots of fodder for the outtake montage.
Assemble! Why am I going over here?
To see him on the thing and tell him, you know,
But why did I do that?
don't be going all stealth mode,
didn't-
we can't.
Passengers. Filmmaking is often a comedy of errors. Dozens and sometimes hundreds of crew members have to work in unison in an environment that is ever-changing. Just in case you're not fully appreciating how difficult that would be, imagine trying to corral 20 feral cats into a bathtub. It's that impossible. So when tensions inevitably run high, there's nobody more well-suited to lighten the mood than Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
Bet you can't do that.
Don't eat them, no. That's how we eat it.
Star Trek Beyond. Not only is Dr. Leonard H. McCoy one of the sassiest doctors in history, he has the coolest nickname. Bones takes his job seriously, but despite being a rather stern-looking dude, he's responsible for a ton of Star Trek's comedic relief. Played by Carl Urban in the modern cinematic franchise, Bones is always hounding Kirk for one reason or another. And since Urban is so good at thinking on his feet, the filmmakers let him make up some of his lines. It's a real shame they couldn't all make it into the final cut, but they definitely add a little spice to the gag reel.
You look like crap, Jim.
Thank you, Bones.
I noticed your Andorian herpes has come back again. Why don't you pop by the med bay? Listen, I'm gonna have to reduce your Cialis prescription. There's too much blood flow to your groin. Now look, you gave Nurse Chapel the Gangorian clamp.
I know.
She's not happy about it, Jim.
Fast 5. It's said that English is one of the hardest languages to learn.
This is Brazil.
When compared to other dialects, the word order is out of whack. Homonyms trip up even the most seasoned speakers, and our idioms are totally nonsensical. So really, you can't blame Gal Gadot for getting all tangled up in a tongue twister. It's not her first language after all.
You were wow, what's going on with me? You were a two-pack of men. You were a two-pack of men? Can you do it again really fast? You were a two-pack of men? Huh? A day, yeah.
The Other Guys. There are all sorts of thrill seekers in this world, but some people need a little nudge to get going. When it comes to jumping off a dock, cliff, or simply into a pool, these cautious folk prefer to plunge in pairs. In any movie about cops, there's bound to be a few action shots, and one scene from 2010's The Other Guys required The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson to hop off a ledge to safety.
Oops.
In any group of people who make a pact to jump into a cold lake at the exact same time, there's always one person who violates the agreement. The usual suspects. Over the course of history, humankind has disagreed on just about everything. Politics, gender, and religion, to name a few. But since the dawn of time, little boys and girls everywhere have agreed on one thing. Farts are funny as hell. They don't depend on timing or context to be funny, but it helps. While the stars of The Usual Suspects were filming the police lineup scene, Benicio del Toro let one rip, and the giggling that followed was all legitimate. Doctor Strange. There's a whole lot of smart talking going on in the movies these days, and the ability to navigate a script's linguistic labyrinths is exactly why actors get paid the big bucks. 2016's Doctor Strange is no exception. As the Ancient One, Tilda Swinton was responsible for most of the heavy lifting. When news of the actress's casting reached fans, many leveled accusations of whitewashing given that the original character is a Tibetan man. The dialogue was complex, and Swinton fumbled one line so many times she ended up dropping a big old F-bomb while the cameras were still rolling.
But every miracle, every medical miracle, perpetuated the illusion that inflated your ego, perpetuated the delusion that you can f it, what do I say?
21 Jump Street. If you've seen any of his movies, you'll know what we mean when we say that it's hard to keep up with Jonah Hill. The actor has a PhD in insults from Entertainment University and can spar with the best of them. But when filming 21 Jump Street in 2012, suddenly the cat grabbed his tongue. There were a lot of complicated lines that required specific timing to pull off, and sometimes he just couldn't get the jokes out.
If my coolness and your coolness had to fight, it's impossible to get this joke out. Never mind. I forgot where I was.
The Martian. We're not weapons-grade geniuses or anything, so we can't speak to the science of it all. But we do know that movies where Sean Bean's character doesn't die are rare. So a movie like The Martian is statistically significant even if it's not scientifically perfect. Technology is a necessary component in stories about outer space, and it's prevalent in nearly every one of The Martian's scenes.
Okay, let's ask the 200 million, I'm sorry, 500. That's a 5?
At least.
1 second.
Sorry, I think I pressed something in there. Sorry about that.
They should give workshops on that kind of thing beforehand. Captain America: Civil War. Like we said at the top, the cast of the Avengers movie are a pretty close-knit bunch. Working in show business means that some of your shifts might look kind of weird, especially if there's a green screen involved. That's doubly true if you're working on a superhero movie, because on top of all those sensors and green spandex, there's going to be grown men rocketing across the set on wires. Captain America: Civil War had a few of those men, and the stunts didn't always go smoothly. And the answer to the movie emoji is... Did you get it right? We bet you did, you smarty pants you. What do you think about bloopers? Are they funny or overrated? We're interested in your opinion, so give us your take in the comments below. And if you liked our video, why not sign up to be notified when as soon as we post the next one? It just makes sense. Thanks for watching.